Get down. Hey, right now, we need your truck. We just need to get people over to the hospital, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Put them all in the back.
Okay. Can you pull over towards the side over there? You know what? This person right here. Hold up. Can we get this person in here?
Yeah, hold on. Try it now.
Oh my God.
Babe, you're okay. Let's go.
We can't
go yet. We can't go yet.
Austin!
Run. Go. Get the fuck out.
Get inside.
To the sound system. There's no hits. Nowhere. It's a sound system. Hey, go this way now. Mike, go this way.
Stay down there, sweetie.
Running ain't gonna solve it.
We're gonna get trampled if we don't go.
We're gonna get trampled if we don't go. Let's go. We're gonna get trampled. Oh my
Just finishing up his Country Music Entertainer of the Year, Jason Aldean, was on stage. He was just finishing up his set, so this was the last moment of this big celebration. Hard to know if obviously any of that was in the shooter's head. We spoke to one of the Sirius XM hosts who was on stage with Jason Aldean, who just said, you know, like everybody, at first when this is happening, you can't believe it. Your mind can't go there. You think it's pyrotechnics. You think it's fireworks. You think it's anything but this, that somebody is just mowing down in cold blood all of these concert goers. We just don't have enough information yet. But look, I mean, you guys deal with this all the time. This isn't the first mass killing we've seen at a concert. These big venues are soft targets now.
Sure, and Allison, as you point out, the amplification of music and sound, and the fact that a number of the witnesses have now said they thought that the initial barrage of gunfire was the end of the show fireworks, and so that kept people in more of an unsuspecting mode for a lot longer, and let this person continue to.
It was ringing off the top of the stage. You could hear it hitting trailers, people scattering, and it was chaos. I've never and don't ever want to ever be a part of anything like this ever again.
Yeah, of course. And so what happened? Were you playing on stage with Jason, and how long did it take to figure out what was unfolding?
I was standing there, you know, I had just come off stage before Jason's set, and I was back out there like we always do. We're all friends out here, and I was out there watching the show and wanted to support him. All of a sudden, you just heard a couple individual with sound. You kind of where you would ask yourself, that sounded kind of like a gunshot, you know. And then next thing you know, it was just unloading on, like, no doubt, an automatic sounding rifle or some sort of machine gun or something. And at that point is when you could tell the chaos and the fear in everyone's eyes, and their demeanor was changed, and everyone just started scrambling for any sort of cover. But I mean, the way it's set up and the way that you can see where the guy was in Mandalay, I mean, it's like shooting fish in a barrel from where he was. I hate to say that, use that sort of term, but I mean, I feel so bad for these people, and we're all lucky. We were just talking about this. My crew, everyone else's crew backstage, we're so lucky that none of us were in the line of fire, because there's so many innocent people that were there to have a great time, and that's what we're here to do for them, and they've lost their lives. This is not an exaggeration. This shooting was going on for at least 10 minutes. I mean, it was nonstop. And by the time I got back to the bus after hopping a few fences, we were all laying down in the middle of the bus, and it was the gunfire was continuing outside. So this is something that
the Las Vegas shooting, with the opening of the 1-800-FBI line for tips, videos, and evidence that can help law enforcement piece together events, individuals leading up to the shooting. The FBI has the ability to process massive amounts of data and to do so very rapidly. FBI is asking anyone today with videos or photos, anything from social media especially, concerning Las Vegas, to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. That's 800-225-5324. I'll just give it to folks at home one more time. It's 1-800-CALL-FBI or 800-225-5324. Short time ago, police told reporters in Las Vegas that they're really in the earliest stages of understanding the motivation. They're executing search warrants at that hotel room at the Mandalay Bay, as well as a residence in Mesquite, Nevada. They said they're moving very cautiously on the likelihood or expectation or even possibility that the residents in Nevada may be booby-trapped, Bill.
Wow. There was a report, this goes back a few hours ago, Catherine. I want to walk with, I want to be a little careful with this, but there was a report that he had 2 separate platforms set up inside that hotel room where he could alternate between rifles. Have any of your sources been able to confirm what they have found inside that room?
Not at this
Mary
point.
Lou
but I don't
Danley
have
that we were looking for, and they since have found. They say she is no longer sought as a person of interest and have made contact with her, as you know. And they do continue to look for the Hyundai Tucson. So they're still looking for that vehicle, and they're not worried about her.
And things change. You know, we've heard this also in San Bernardino. I remember them saying there were 3 shooters. I mean, these numbers and the story is going to change, and the question is going to be, how did he get the weapon? Not how did he get it in, because it's easy to do that. It's how did he get the weapon. I do know that at one point, Brian, that there was 3 people that have been detained. None of them may be involved here at all, have any connection, but we have been told by law enforcement that 3 had been detained at one point. So they're going to take no chances here. They don't want to have, you know, they say right now they believe he acted alone, but they want to make sure that's the case. You know, right now it's a matter of continuing to go through this crime scene and get every single part of that obviously wrapped up. You've got bodies still in there. You've got